Hi there, good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. It is Thursday. It is the 11th of December. We are in Storm Watch. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and we use that good morning loosely because it's not exactly a good morning out there.
People love snow, Tom.
Well,
they love it.
They don't like driving it, and I'm hearing all kinds of crashes. People are going off the roads and on ramps. A lot of the roads are very, very poor condition. Plows are out there, but how many, we'll see. But right now, it is causing problems.
Well, I noticed on my way in, the QEW was okay, but the 403 was completely snow covered. And that was like an hour and a half ago. So I'm sure things have deteriorated since then.
A guy passed me. He was fishtailing all over. I said, I'll see you later. I did.
In a ditch?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he's going way too fast.
Yes, we're going too fast.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, here's a look at the radar. And this afternoon, we're looking at cold temperatures. And as Tom was mentioning, that wind, we've got the potential to gust anywhere between 40 to 60 kilometers an hour. So blowing snow is certainly going to be an issue. Poor visibility on the roadways today.
Well, it already is. It's going to be a mess. If you don't have to be out there, I would say there's probably going to be a lot of cancellations as well. Because this is going around. It's going to be with us till about 7 or so tonight, maybe even 9 o'clock tonight. So it could be very nasty all day.
Here's what it looked like already. Event. Some areas are going to see heavy accumulation. We'll talk more about who's going to see what in just a moment. But first, there I am. I'm going to turn things over to Tom. I think. Lots of snow. That's what you can expect. We're actually right into the bulk of the moisture right now. And in total, we're looking at the potential for 10 to 15 centimeters. It's going to be windy. Blowing snow is certainly going to be an issue. And as Tom was mentioning earlier, this is going to be our story all day. It kind of retrogrades back towards us through the afternoon. And it's not going to taper off until the overnight tonight. But then Friday looks to be a much better day. We are actually going to see some sunshine and temperatures are going to be warming up. We have high pressure in place. So the weekend looks really good. We're actually going to be seeing temperatures above our seasonal average. Saturday, a daytime high of 4 degrees. Sunday getting up to 5. And then Monday looking great. Overcast but mild at 6 degrees. Hi there. Good morning. We are in Storm Watch on this Thursday. It is the 11th of December. Thanks so much for joining us here at the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and it is a mess out there. Lots and lots of crashes. We've got flashing lights all over the place. The accumulation is fairly extensive, and it looks like it's going to be around for quite some time.
Yeah, meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum was just in. I was just talking to him in the newsroom, and he said, I said, Doug, how is it out there? He said, it's bad, and it's deteriorating quickly. So if you do need to go anywhere, make sure you're giving yourself lots of extra travel time.
Yeah, if you don't have to drive, don't. Already cancellations coming in from north of the city. So it's going to be a really ridiculous drive out there, and the Salters are out there, but now that we're getting more traffic, it's going to be more difficult to clear.
We do have some watches and warnings in place. Absolute nightmare, and they already are. We're going to get to your long-range forecast the rest of the week, right into the weekend. But first, Tom, talk to us about the traffic. Well, this is going to last all day, unfortunately. I know. So if you're thinking, it'll just be a morning thing. No, it won't be, because we do have this system. It's going to kind of retrograde back over us later on this afternoon. So we're thinking that the band is going to stay over us for at least the rest of the morning. And then the retrograding, we're actually going to be seeing more snow later on this afternoon and through the evening. It's not going to taper off until tonight. But then we do clear out. We are going to be seeing high pressure move into our area, which means we are going to be seeing some sunshine. And we are going to see some warming temperatures. This map's really slow, so I'm just going to click past it, and I'm going to show you the good stuff. 1 for tomorrow, we're looking at 4 degrees for Saturday, 5 degrees for Sunday. So all of the snow, it's going to melt. Build your snowmans today, kids. Monday, we're up to 6 degrees. And then we do get another shot of winter by about the middle of next week. So this month has literally really been a roller coaster with winter, not winter, winter, not winter. But right now, today, we are in winter. Your local details are coming right up. Hi there. Good morning. We are in Storm Watch on this Thursday. It is the 11th of December. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds. It's an absolute mess out there. 403 coming out of Hamilton, completely blocked. Crash on the ramp. Nothing moving there. DVP problems, 401 problems. Lots of crashes in the outlying areas. Very poor conditions right across the board. So if you don't have to be out there, I would suggest that you stop and stay at home.
Yeah, if you can. Yeah. We do have some warnings in place of snow. 15 to 25, certainly not out of the question. Same reason, we've got that fetch coming over the water. That's why we can see higher amounts there. I'll let you know how long it's going to last, what the weekend looks like in just a moment. But first, here's Tom with traffic. Quick perspective, it's only like 4 minutes to 6 right now. It's still early. The peak of rush hour hasn't even hit yet, and we're already seeing that much of a disaster. Here's the snow as it pushes through the morning hours. As you can see, we get a bit of a break earlier this afternoon, but then it just kind of retrogrades back and we start to see more snow late this afternoon in through the evening. By the overnight, it will start to clear. And then on Friday, a much better forecast. We've got high pressure moving into play, which means we are going to be seeing some sunshine finally. And not only are we going to see sunshine for the weekend, we're going to see milder temperatures. We've got daytime highs getting well above our seasonal average. 1 is normal, so Friday is good for us tomorrow. And then Saturday and Sunday, we bump up to about 5 degrees. And look at Monday, 6. Your 14-day trend is coming up in your local forecast. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We are busy already. Just after 6 o'clock on Thursday. It is December the 11th. We're in Storm Watch. I'm Emily Vukovic.
I think we're going to change that to bad morning.
No, you got to say good morning.
Well, it's a bad morning.
I know, it's a bad morning for commuting.
Morning.
Buses have been canceled.
No, well, every time I turn a camera, I got another guy gone into the ditch. I just looked at 3 shots, and there's 3 guys in the ditch. So it is very unpleasant out there from the standpoint of drive. Don't drive. Make it a good morning. Stay home.
Okay, so every segment I'm going to say bad morning.
Bad morning, because it is.
Let's take a look at some of the watches and worries we do have in just a few moments. But first, I'm going to turn things over to Tom. He's got lots of stuff to tell us about, don't you, Tom?
Well, I do. Good day to not go to work if you can possibly do it. Emily's got details on how long and where it's going to last.
We're not supposed to endorse that, Tom. We're at work. Okay, this snow is going to be a nuisance for the remainder of the day. It's not going anywhere fast. It's deteriorating, as you saw on Tom's traffic cameras, and it's really just going to retrograde right back over us through this afternoon and through this evening. It will start to taper off through the late evening overnight, and then tomorrow looks like a great day. We've got sunshine in the forecast, and temperatures are going to be much warmer. High pressure into place. We are going to be seeing sun for Saturday into Sunday. Monday even looks good, but we've got 2 kind of pesky lows that are coming our way, so our weather is going to change. So make sure you get out and enjoy this weekend. There's only about 13 shopping days left before Christmas, so there's no excuse for you to not get that special something for somebody this weekend. We're looking at 4 degrees on Saturday, 5 degrees on Sunday, 7 in Hamilton on Monday, and then another shot of wintry weather. To look at our 14-day trend, make sure you stay tuned for our locals. Hi there. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is Thursday. It is the 11th of December. We are in Storm Watch. We have that very powerful nor'easter that's been affecting us through Atlantic Canada, through parts of southern Quebec, and through eastern Ontario, and it is now our story right here in the GTA, and it is bad. It is deteriorating rapidly throughout towards Hamilton in through Niagara. 10 to 15, quite possible. Wow, I just appeared out of nowhere there. That was amazing. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Tom Reynolds. He has an update on your commute. Good morning. We are in Storm Watch on this Thursday. It is the 11th of December. Thank you so much for joining us here at the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds, and winter is not here yet, but boy, you'd never know it by looking outside. It's just absolutely horrific out there for the number of crashes, very poor conditions, and this band of snow is really dumping a fair bit on us.
It is, and it's going to stick around. We do have a snowfall warning of Newmarket. That's where we're going to get hit the hardest with that lake enhancement. We'll talk more about the timing of the system, how long it's going to last, and we'll get you right into the weekend in a moment. But first, Tom, talk to us about all those incidents.
Well,
it will throughout the day today, because we are looking at something all day today. The bulk of the moisture, yes, that's coming in right now, but take a look how this kind of retrogrades back and then back again. We are going to continue to see snow falling through the afternoon, this evening, and then it looks as though it is going to start to taper off by this evening. High pressure moves in, and we've got a good day in the forecast for tomorrow. Don't forget, if you want to follow Tom on traffic, his Twitter handle is @Tom'sTraffic, TWN. Mine's @EmilyTWN. Tom's posting all about the delays in traffic and what's going on. We've got a lot of people out in the field. We're going to be joining Michelle Mackey in just a few moments. She's downtown talking about how awful the roads are. Oh, it's a bad day today to be out. We've got high pressure in place for tomorrow and into the weekend, which is good news because a lot of people haven't finished or even started their Christmas shopping yet. So conditions are going to be favorable for getting out. Temperature-wise, we're mild. We're getting up to 1 tomorrow, 4 for Saturday, 5 for Sunday. It looks as though all the snow that we're seeing today will melt by the end of the weekend. If you want to see something a little bit further out than your 7-day forecast, stay tuned for your locals. We've got your 14-day trend. Good morning. It is a busy day for us here at the Weather Network. We are in storm watch on this Thursday. It is the 11th of December. I'm Emily Vukovic.
And I'm Tom Reynolds. Happy fall to you. Yes, have you raked up all your leaves?
You're so mean.
I know, it's not winter yet. It's still fall. And we're just getting hammered with snow, very slippery conditions, lots of carts and ditches. Durham's just canceled a whole bunch of their buses, their school buses out through Durham region. We'll see probably more happening. No cancellations yet in Toronto, but it'll likely happen.
Snowfall warning when you throw in a little bit of lake enhancement. Now, we'll talk about this system. We'll let you know how long it's going to last and what your weekend looks like in just a moment. But first, Tom, talk about the roads.
Yeah.
That's the last thing we need is TTC problems when everybody should be taking public transit today. Now, this band is going to stick over us for most of the day. As we were mentioning, it goes out and then it comes back in. So we are going to be seeing snow throughout the majority of the day. Should taper off by about 9 tonight. Clearing out for tomorrow, we've got sunshine in the forecast. And then we are going to be seeing a beautiful day tomorrow with some sunshine. And the same goes for Saturday and Sunday. So you have no excuse not to do any Christmas shopping this weekend because conditions are really going to be favorable. This high pressure sticks around until the beginning of next week, and then we do get another shot of wintry kind of weather. Good morning. Thanks for joining us here on the Weather Network. We are in storm watch on this Thursday. It is the 11th of December. We are incredibly busy, this one in particular, because roads are an absolute mess.
Well, roads are a mess. We got a lot of flight cancellations, especially down to the eastern seaboard, New York, Philadelphia. There's a lot of cancellations going on down east. So check ahead with your airlines. And we've got lots of crashes, lots of hills impassable, so not good out there.
We have snowfall warnings in place. I want it to be him on the line and not me, of course. But yes, stay with us. I'm going to be talking to him in like 10 minutes. But before we even get to that, I'm going to talk about your long range. How long is this going to stick around? What's our weekend looking like? Those details just ahead. First, here's Tom. Well, I do want to mention, just as you were looking at those traffic cameras, Tom, you could actually see the snow really dissipating to the east of the city around the DVP. Not to say that traffic isn't in a complete snarl, because it is, but the conditions are starting to improve, where they're starting to deteriorate to the west end of the city. You saw the QEW, you saw the Gardner, completely snow covered, and you can actually start to really see the accumulation. As Tom was mentioning earlier, that this system is going to kind of oscillate back and then forward again. We are going to continue to see the snow through the majority of the day today. It doesn't look as though it wants to go anywhere. By the time it clears out, it'll be tonight, and we're going to be seeing a clearing trend come our way, which is great news because that means sunshine for us as we get into the weekend. Only a couple weekends left to do your Christmas shopping, and this weekend is going to be favorable. We've got high pressure firmly in place. Temperatures are going to be warming, so make sure you clean all those leaves out of your storm drain because we're going to see the snow rapidly melt. We are going to be seeing temperatures above our seasonal daytime high of only 1. By Friday, we're looking at 1 degree. Saturday, 3. Sunday, 4. Monday, look at that, getting up to 6 degrees. It's going to be so warm, we even have some rain on the way for Tuesday. If you want to see beyond your 7-day and look at your 14-day trend, your locals are coming. Hi there, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here at the Weather Network. It's Thursday. It is the 11th of December, and we are in storm watch. That very powerful nor'easter that was affecting the U.S. East Coast and the maritime provinces has now moved closer to through Quebec and is now impacting us in the GTA. It has been an absolute nightmare this morning getting out on any of the roadways. We're going to talk to Tom in just a few moments. He's going to give us an update on hundreds of crashes, and tow trucks and emergency operators are going to be so busy this morning. So if you have to go anywhere, don't if you don't have to, but if you have to go anywhere, make sure you're giving yourself lots of extra time and pack your emergency kit, because if you do get in some sort of a fender bender or any kind of collision, you're going to be there for a long time because the roads are just an absolute mess. We have some warnings in place. We do have a snowfall warning, Muskoka, Barrie, through Orr Lake, through Oswego, through Collingwood, all the way over towards Owen Sound. Some of these areas potentially could get 15 to 25 centimeters, and those numbers could go up. Take a look at this. Well, this is video from Niagara, and Niagara started getting hit last night. So moisture picking up. Visibility is going to be a nuisance. Yes. And joining us, Dr. Doug Gillum, meteorologist here at the Weather Network. And Doug, let's do some radar analysis. What do we have right here?
We've had a band of snow that's progressed from east to west, the opposite of what we typically see. But we're also noticing this, and really as the models were showing, this band is really not progressing much further to the west. So this band becomes nearly stationary as we go through the day, comes a little bit further to the west and drifts back to the east. That keeps parts of the GTA in the heaviest snow through into the afternoon. Snowfall rates are already seeing 1 to 3 centimeters per hour, and that will continue into this afternoon. The heaviest snow from the southern end of Georgian Bay through parts of Niagara.
Okay, so we're talking, I mean, places like London, we're going to see kind of trace amounts. But talk to us about Georgian Bay. What's happening up there? Because we have that intense lake effect issue as well.
Right, the lakes are certainly contributing. We've got some convergence going on right here, so that's causing the widespread snow. But with the north to northwest wind coming down Georgian Bay, some lake enhancements. So that's why we're going to see the accumulations up, Newmarket, up towards the south end of Georgian Bay.
Throw some numbers, Doug, because I was saying I'm not throwing them out. I'm not putting myself out there. It's all you.
20 to 30 plus. There are models suggesting we could be looking at even closer to isolated, localized amounts up near 40 centimeters. Again, that's really northern GTA and up towards Georgian Bay. But we'll really be watching, 10 to 15 is a good range for the GTA as a whole. Again, you note we do have some localized areas of heavier snow, and those bands will tend to be somewhat stationary as we go through the day. And so a few spots even down in the primary urban region could see up to 20 centimeters.
Wow. Okay, so get that snowblower and snow shovels ready for today. All right, I'm going to turn things over to Tom. He's got an update on your commute.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much for tuning into the Weather Network. Our live storm watch coverage continues. I'm Michelle Mackey, joining you right now. We're in Vaughan at a service station just off the 400, and it is not only cold, but it is snowy right now in the city of Toronto and throughout the GTA, feeling like minus 11 when we factor in those northwesterly winds. So you're going to need to dress for the cold, but you're also going to need to dress for the snow. Yes, it is certainly starting to accumulate. By the evening, we are going to be seeing 15 centimeters of snow. The bulk of that will be falling before 1 p.m. and unfortunately, that coincides with your Thursday morning commute. So if you're just getting out of bed now, you may want to rush through, get ready a little bit faster because you're certainly going to need some extra time for your morning commute. Really slow conditions on the way here. It's messy, and we want you to go slow and safe rather than fast and story. All right, I'll throw it back inside to Emily and Tom.
Thanks so much, Michelle. She looks great out there, all bundled up, and that's the way you need to dress for today. If you do have to head out, layers, think layers. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't, because we do have snowfall warnings in place. Muskoka through Barrie up through Collingwood. The potential for 25 to 30 plus centimeters through those areas. Here's the band of snow, the heaviest right now, as you can see, the dark blue right over Toronto and in through Mississauga. This is going to continue to track its way south and west, and then it's just going to pull back. So we do have the potential for 15 centimeters of snow through the city of Toronto, which is not great for getting around. Areas east of the city look to be closer to 5 to 10 centimeters. We're talking kind of Cobourg and Peterborough. But anywhere west of the city, that is where we're going to be seeing the potential 10 to 15, even down towards the Niagara region, 10 to 15 plus. We'll talk more about the amounts in just a moment. But first, Tom, what's going on the roads? First, we're going to look at your snowfall totals. This is through tomorrow morning. We do have less than 5 centimeters north and east of Peterborough. We're closer to the 5 to 10 through Cobourg, but areas just east of the city through Oshawa, Toronto, 10 to 15 centimeters is certainly not out of the question. Down through Oakville and Burlington, some snowfall amounts already quite impressive. Up through Barrie, we already have 8 centimeters. 15 to 20 centimeters north of Newmarket. Some forecast models are throwing out 30 plus south of Georgian Bay. So it is going to be very intense. This band is going to sit over us for most of the day. And take a look. Because of the lake enhancement up through cottage country, that's why we're seeing those heavier amounts. The good news is that we do start to clear out by tonight. We've got high pressure moving into place, which means we are going to see some sunshine, which is great news. Sunshine and milder temperatures for the next couple of days into the weekend. Only 13 shopping days left, so you have no excuse this weekend because it's going to be sunny and it's going to be mild. And that trend continues right into the beginning of next week. 1 tomorrow, 3 for Saturday, 4 for Sunday, 6 degrees on Monday, and then it's going to be warm enough for some rain on Tuesday. For your 14-day trend, stay tuned for your local forecast. Hi there, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. It is Thursday. It is the 11th of December. It is cold and it is snowing. We have got a lot of snow on the way for many areas around the GTA. We actually do have some watches and warnings in play. Okay, we've got her. Let's throw to her. How, Michelle? How's it going?
You know what? It's cold. It's wintry. I know we're still technically in the...
All right, well, we're trying. We're trying really hard. I do have someone else to throw to, though. I do have a backup. I do have a plan B. We're going to check in with Michelle in just a little while, but first, the mess on the roads. Tom Reynolds knows all about that.
On Plan B right here and right now on what we can expect over the next few hours.
Well, unfortunately, it's more snow. This band doesn't want to go anywhere fast. And when it does start to track its way west, it's just going to come back. It's oscillating down and then pushes back up again. We're going to continue to see the snow until tonight. Then it will start to clear out. Then we will see some sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. And our temperatures are going to be warming up. This is one of the last weekends to get out and do some Christmas shopping. So conditions are perfect. You have no excuse to get that special someone something nice. Tom, meaning me. All right, high pressure and warm temperatures. We're going to see a daytime high of 4 on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. Mild, but on Tuesday we've got some rain on the way. Stay with us. Your local forecast is coming right up. Thanks so much, Michelle. She looks great all bundled up, and that's exactly how you need to dress today. We do have a snowfall warning in place, Muskoka down through Collingwood and through Barrie. This includes Orr Lake and places like Washego. The potential is there for 25 plus centimeters of snow. Now, Michelle's just off the 400, and you can see right into that heavy band, the darker blue. That's giving us that heavy snow moving in through Toronto, Mississauga, on the doorstep through Burlington, down through Hamilton, seeing some heavier snow right now. By the time it's all said and done, as Michelle was mentioning, 10 to 15 centimeters, certainly not out of the question. I know Markham has already picked up 10 centimeters. Pearson is now reporting 4 centimeters of snow. Areas north of Newmarket, that is where we're going to get hit the hardest. And I'll talk more about the actual transition of the system, how long it's going to last in just a moment. But first, Tom, tell us about all the crashes. Well, this system really likes to play with us a little bit. We are going to see those heavy bands of snow this morning. It's going to continue to track its way west, but then it actually starts to come back a little bit. So we are going to continue to see this light snow through the afternoon, into the evening. We clear through the overnight, and then tomorrow we're actually going to see some sunshine. This is great news. We're going to see a warm up in our temperatures as well. We're going to go from about 1 tomorrow to by Monday, 6 degrees. Looks great. So get out and build those snowmen today, kids, because it's going to be your last chance. And then it's going to melt over the weekend. Great news for moms and dads that still need to do some last minute Christmas shopping. Last minute, I should say. You've got, 13 shopping days left. By the time next week rolls around, we're still going to be above our seasonal average. By Tuesday, we're looking at 6 degrees. Very mild. Will winter return? Stay tuned for your local forecast and check out the 14-day trend. Thanks so much, Michelle. That's right. I mean, a lot of people are not necessarily worrying about the winds too much, but yeah, by this afternoon, they could be gusting anywhere from 40 to 60 kilometers an hour, so reducing visibility. We do have a snowfall warning in place through Muskoka, Collingwood, through Barrie, Aurelia, through Midland, through Washego, through Orr Lake. We are going to be seeing the potential 25 centimeters plus. Now, looking at this radar, we already have 9 centimeters of snow reported in Newmarket. Markham, Tom? Newmarket. 9 centimeters of snow, and that has fallen, 9 of it in the last 3 hours. So we're looking at 3 centimeters an hour. It's intense. We're going to see these really intense bands coming through. Mississauga seeing one right now. There's that darker snow. Milton just on the doorstep of that, and through Brampton. We're going to see a lot of snow, and it's going to be falling throughout the day today. 10 to 15 centimeters along the lakeshore. That's where we're also going to see those gustier conditions. And there's Newmarket, up through Barrie and through Collingwood. I think that number is a little bit low for some areas, especially locally areas south of Georgian Bay. Could see higher than that. The good news, though, and Tom will show you this on his traffic cameras, is that it's really started to ease in the east end. So it looks as though the worst is potentially over because this system wants to stay a little bit further south. Here's Tom now with the roads. Thanks, Michelle. Yeah, there's nothing worse than that person in front of you and they've only cleared off, this little tiny bit of their back window and like this little tiny bit of their windshield. And you're thinking, really? You didn't have the extra 4 minutes because you're going to be stuck in traffic for 3 hours. Doesn't make any sense, right? Okay, we do have snowfall warnings in place. Muskoka, Collingwood, Barrie, places like Orr Lake and in through Washego. I mean, 25 plus is certainly not out of the question. And when you take a look at this radar, the different shades of blue really indicate the different amount of snow that you're seeing. Those darker shades of blue, that's the heavier snowfall. So we're seeing it right now through Brampton, through Mississauga, over towards Milton, just on the doorstep through Burlington. The good news, and Tom's going to show you this on the traffic cameras, is that the east end has really started to taper off. So places like Coburg and up through Peterborough, 5 to 10 centimeters. But for all of us closer to the west end of the city, that's going to be closer to 15. And then areas north of the city, Newmarket's already picked up 10 centimeters of snow. 9 of those centimeters found in the last hour. That just tells you how, 3 hours. I was going to say 9 centimeters an hour is a little much. We're talking 3 centimeters an hour. So very intense as these bands move through. Okay, now Tom's going to show you the traffic cameras. Here he is. All day. It's not going to be as intense throughout the day. Certainly the bulk of the moisture happening right now and in the next couple of hours. By this afternoon, we will start to see a few breaks, but then this system is really just going to oscillate back towards us. So we are going to continue to see light snow and flurries till tonight. But tomorrow we start to clear out. We'll see some sunshine and temperatures will actually get slightly warmer. So that snow today, kids, make sure you get out and build your snowman today, because tomorrow things are going to start to melt, and that is going to be the trend over the weekend. Temperatures above our seasonal average of 1 degree. Tomorrow we're seeing a daytime high of 3 for Saturday, 4 for Sunday, seeing a little bit of sunshine, and then look at how mild it is at the beginning of next week. If you want to check out your 14-day trend, make sure you stay with us, because your local forecast details are coming up next. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Weather Network. I'm Emily Vukovic. It is Thursday. It is December the 11th, and we are in storm watch. This powerful nor'easter certainly packing a punch throughout parts of southern Ontario. I was just looking outside our Oakville studios. It is a mess in our parking lot. Doesn't look good. Got these snow plowers out there, and well, let's just say I'm glad I'm in here and not out there. We do have a snowfall warning in place. Muskoka through Barrie over towards Collingwood, Owens Sound. The potential is there for 25 plus centimeters. Take a look at this video that was shot earlier this morning. Right now joining me, I've got meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum. He's in for some radar analysis. Now, Doug, it looks as though, and this is, I've been cheating a little bit. I've been looking on Tom's traffic cameras. It looks as though it's really kind of starting to ease off east of the city.
It is, and as you travel to Oshawa and to the east, you can still see some flurries, even a little bit of spotty freezing drizzle, but the focus for the rest of today, or at least well into the afternoon, is basically from the west of Oshawa over towards Guelph, really between London and Guelph. This band, which was drifting to the west through the night, is pretty much going to be stationary now for the next several hours. So we're going to see varying intensities of snow, but at times where you see the darkest shades of blue, we've seen snowfall rates of 3 centimeters per hour. Here in Oakville, we picked up 5 centimeters in 2 hours, but Markham saw 9 centimeters in 3 hours. So the plows just can't keep up when there's the high volume of traffic on the roads.
No, and that is why we're seeing such a mess. Now, we're throwing out some numbers for you here, but I mean, look at the east end. This is initially what we thought was going to be the heaviest. Now they're going to see about 5 to 10 centimeters. Down towards the lake, 10 to 15. And let's talk a little bit about this for a minute, because you've been throwing out some numbers that are kind of frightening. I've not wanted to throw them out, but I think you should talk about what's happening south of Georgian Bay.
We're getting a little bit of lake enhancement with the north-northwest wind coming down the lake. So areas from Orangeville over to Newmarket up towards Collingwood. Models suggesting, and snowfall rates show that this could be reasonable, over 30 centimeters, maybe an isolated spot 40 centimeters, but widespread 15 to 25. Again, everyone wants to know how much snow will be in their backyard, how much will they have to shovel. There's a lot of variation. As we even drive through the area, you see visibility changing quickly over short distances. So snow amounts will be variable, but even down in the GTA, in this main 401 to the QEW corridor, see some spots that'll be up to 20 centimeters.
All right, well, speaking of the QEW and the 401 corridor, here's the experts. We're going to turn things over to Tom for traffic. Today is going to be a crazy day for emergency personnel. I'm sure CAA is probably one of the busiest call centers in the province right now. We are seeing intense snowfall amounts. We've got warnings in place, the snowfall warning through Muskoka, through Barrie, over towards Collingwood. I mean, the potential is there for 25 plus centimeters of snow, and the gradient is huge. Taking a look at this radar, you can see the variations in the colors of blue. The darker the blue, the heavier the snow, and in some areas we're seeing about 3 centimeters an hour. Places like Markham have already picked up close to 10 centimeters, and through, Newmarket have picked up 10 centimeters. I mean, we're at 5 through Oakville. Meteorologist Dr. Doug Gillum, we convinced him to run outside and measure it. So we're at 5 centimeters right now. And this is just going to continue. This band has decided that it wants to be more stationary than not, and it's going to continue to track its way west and then back east again. So south of Georgian Bay, I mean, some forecast models are really wanting to throw out numbers like 40 centimeters. That's a lot of snow in a very short period of time, and we can thank the lake enhancement for that. Now, you can't exactly say what everyone is exactly going to get, but these are really good ballpark numbers. We're seeing it heavier now down towards the west end, and Tom is going to show you all of that right now on his traffic cameras. Yeah, we've been busy tracking the snow, and as you can see, the heaviest band still going to be hitting the Toronto area this morning. And then look at this. We've got that darker band through Oakville and through Burlington and down through Hamilton. So yes, you may not be getting it really hard right now, but in the next couple of hours, it's certainly going to be your turn. The system's going to oscillate back and then forward again. We're going to continue to see the snow on and off throughout the day today. We clear by tonight, and tomorrow, sunshine. That's my good news. Bad news today because it is just a mess getting anywhere. This weekend looks great. We've got sunshine in the forecast. Temperatures are going to be at or slightly above our seasonal average right as we get into the beginning of next week. And if this 7-day forecast doesn't satisfy your need for what's coming up, well, make sure you stay tuned for our locals because we've got your 14-day trend. Thanks so much, Michelle. She looks warm, all bundled up. That's exactly how you need to dress today. Think of layers, think hoods, think mitts, think hats. Oh, it's been a long morning so far. We've been busy. All right, this snowfall warning through Muskoka and Barrie and through Collingwood. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if more snowfall warnings start to pop up with the intensity of this band that has now become quite stationary over much of the GTA. The different colors of precip, we're seeing the darker blue, that's the heavier bands. The lighter blue, the lighter snow. But as you can see, that kind of Brampton, Toronto, Mississauga, Burlington area now into the heavier snow. And that's really just going to continue to be the trend for the next couple of hours. Some of these numbers are certainly going to be very impressive. I mean, locally speaking, some areas through the GTA could see up to 20 centimeters. It's really all going to depend on the intensity of the band that's going to be hitting you at that moment. So you may see 15 centimeters through Oshawa, but then down through Hamilton, the potential is there for 20. It's going to be one of those kind of days. How are the roads? Tom's going to tell us. Thanks so much, Michelle. Yeah, we've recorded about 6 centimeters through Oakville. Places like Newmarket have picked up over 10. It's going to be intense throughout the morning hours, to say the least. Snowfall warning through Muskoka, Barrie, through Collingwood and Owen Sound. The potential is there for 25 centimeters plus. Looking at this radar, the darker shades of blue, those are the heavier bands of snow that are coming through right now. It's really going to vary throughout the day today. We'll see a heavy band and then a light band, a heavy band and then a light band. Snowfall accumulations, they are going to be worse in some areas than others. Areas closer to Georgian Bay and Lake Huron, they're going to be a little bit heavier because of the lake enhancement. We still have those northwesterly winds coming over the relatively warm water, and that's what's picking up all of that moisture. And the same deal down towards St. Catharines and in through the Niagara area. 20 centimeters, certainly not out of the question. In terms of visibility and on the roads, the winds this afternoon could be gusting 50 to 60 kilometers an hour, and that could be an issue in blowing snow. But right now, the accumulation is certainly an issue. Tom?
Very slow, Emily. And how long is it going to last?
Oh, all day. How bad do you feel for that guy? His wheels are spinning in the fast lane. I can't go anywhere. Oh, that's just awful. He probably feels pretty useless right now. We are seeing the snow continue on and off throughout the day today. It's going to kind of oscillate south and then push its way a little bit further back again. So we are going to continue to be kind of in and out of the heavier snowfall till tonight. That's when we start to clear. We'll see some sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. Temperatures are gradually going to warm, and over the weekend, we're going to be well above our seasonal average of 1. We're actually going to be hitting daytime highs around 4 by Sunday, 6 by Monday. So no excuse to not get your Christmas shopping done this weekend because we've only got about 13 days left to shop. High pressure in place, lots of sun. We're not going to start to see any active weather until the potential, well, early to mid next week. But look at the temperatures. 4 degrees for Sunday. On Monday, we're looking at 6. It's going to be warm enough that our next round of precipitation is going to be falling as rain. But then look at the dramatic cool down behind the cold front. By Wednesday and Thursday of next week, it's certainly going to feel like winter again. All right, Environment Canada has now extended the snowfall warning to include Vaughan and Caledon and in through Newmarket. Alliston also included up to 25 centimeters. Now, a lot of these areas have already picked up 10 plus. You saw where Michelle's standing. She's in Vaughan, and you can see a lot of snow in that parking lot. Intense bands coming down. We are seeing anywhere from 1 to 3 centimeters accumulating an hour. And in through Mississauga, Burlington, Hamilton, still really into the thick of it. But look at the radar. Pickering is just on the cusp of getting out of here. So the worst could potentially be over towards east of the city, but west and south of the city, certainly still going to be seeing quite a bit of snow. We're potentially looking at 15 centimeters for the downtown core. And not to throw it out there and tell everybody that it's going to snow like this in their backyard, but some areas locally through the GTA could see closer to 20 centimeters. All right, Tom, how are those roads looking? All day. Yeah, it's going to be an issue all day because it's going to oscillate down and then it's going to oscillate right back again. We are going to continue to see bands from Barrie straight down through Toronto until tonight. Then it will start to clear. Then we've got high pressure moving in. We'll see some sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. Saturday looks pretty good as well, and temperatures well above our seasonal average. 3 degrees for Saturday, 4 for Sunday, and by Monday, 6 degrees. Stay with us. Your local forecast is coming up, and we'll take a look at your 14-day trend. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've just seen Environment Canada update their warning criteria. Well, not what their warning criteria, but their warning areas. We've now included Alliston through Vaughan through Caledon. Newmarket included in this. We're looking at the potential for 25 plus centimeters. And it's no wonder. Those areas have been in snow for the last couple of hours. They're seeing about 3 centimeters an hour. We are picking up heavier snow through Mississauga, down through Burlington, and then through Hamilton. It is just going to be an absolute write-off to try and get anywhere throughout the day today. We're looking at the potential for 15 centimeters through Toronto and west to the east, tapering off, as Tom was showing you on the cameras. North of Newmarket, that's where we're going to see that really heavy bullet, and we're also going to be seeing another heavy bullet down towards the south through St. Catharines, Niagara, and through the Grimsby area. Also going to be seeing some heavier snow from this. This is going to continue to last all day. What's going to happen is that it's going to track a little bit further west and then push a little bit further east again. It's kind of oscillate back and forth. And that's why we're going to be seeing these heavier bands on and off throughout the morning hours. As we get into the afternoon and into tonight, it will taper off. And tomorrow we've got high pressure moving in. So we're going to see some sunshine for our Friday. High pressure sticks around into the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday look great. One of the last weekends to get your Christmas shopping done. Make sure you get out and do it while you can. Temperatures are going to be quite pleasant. We're looking at a daytime high of 3 for Saturday, and on Sunday getting up to 4 degrees. Stay with us. Your local forecast details has your 14-day trend.